The reason I think people should come to Pursell Farms is simply I'm Martin Pursell. My role here is Director of Branding, Director of Social Media, and New Business Development here at the farm. So yeah, my dad, Mike Hurdson, and Dana Fry were all collectively working together on how do we build, from an experiential standpoint, a person's best round of golf, all still while offering challenging aspects of what you would expect really in any golf round. So you've got the tips, which can play 7,400 yards, but then you have the big elevation changes like 5, 17, 8, that you're having to take 1, 2, even 3 clubs off your normal, your normal shot. So it'd be a 170-yard shot, you're playing at 130. So it just offers some of those unique elements and challenges when we were thinking about the thoughtful design, not make it just super flat and easy, but something that's like, wow, like this is so cool, I don't see this often. The foothills of the Appalachia end on our property, and so there's certain elements of the foothills that we wanted to incorporate into the golf course. And like y'all's favorite hole 16, that we call it Dana's pick, but that was Dana Fry's like most favorite hole out here, and it's the most Augusta National like when you step on it. You've got those beautiful pines just like sweeping the left-hand side. The fairways are zoysia, so they just sit up really nice. It's super clean. And even when you're rolling through 15, you see those like small lonely pines that you can kind of see that viewscape through there and just like sneaking up. Like, I don't know, that's what I've always seen. When my dad, he's the one that kind of coined it, it feels Augusta-like, and I was like, I never thought of that until I started kind of trying to put myself of what does it feel like to be on Augusta, and tall pines are the only tree that's out there, and then that hole is just filled with pine trees, and it's just so well manicured. You're like, yeah, especially the way that it finishes right up there in that little gully. I think it's gorgeous. Man, hole number 5 is, I mean, it's iconic. A lot of the times, like, we get lucky to use the land that God's given us to like create this moment or this experience. And so hole 5 was supposed to be just that, a jaw dropper. So when people come on site, that was our hook. When you come on, you're gonna remember the mountain hole and the big drop. And that's the photo that gets pushed everywhere around social media. That's the hole that always gets talked about with their buddies and on golf trips, or the hole that you always wish you could play and it's on your Mount Rushmore of holes you want to play. And so hole 5 really was only created for that, a marketing tool for the course, to make sure that when you were done with your round of golf, whether you shot 100 or like I did today, 74, you would always remember that hole. As y'all know, it's super special.
The entire property, the staff, the whole vibe of this place is something really that I haven't found anywhere else. We've been good friends with Martin Pursell for a while now, and he's come to become someone you can really rely on, and someone who will really go the extra mile to help you out when you're in need, and make you feel included, and just be there for you. And that really translates here to Pursell Farms. That's how all the staff is. The hospitality is bar none some of the best you'll find anywhere.
As far as the golf course goes, the golf course is one of my favorites. First of all, because I've shot my career low here, which is awesome. I did it twice, but I think it goes along with just the rest of the property, right? It intertwines throughout the whole property, and the fact that you can kind of just escape from reality the second you step foot on the course. The second you step foot here at Pursell Farms, you would just escape from reality. There's hardly any cell service out here, so you're not getting blown up on your phone very often, and you can kind of just enjoy your time here. It's definitely one of a kind.
The reason I think people should come to Pursell Farms is simply you get to meet us. Like, we ran into somebody here my dad grew up with. He came up and introduced himself. He's like, I used to know your dad back in high school. It's really that family touch and that family feel. I don't think there's any other properties out there that I know of. I'm sure there are, but where you get to go onto a place like this and get to meet the people that run it, have their last names on the front gate, and then on top of it, it's just approachable. Like, you'll always probably come across one of the family members here. I would definitely say another reason to come out here is that we're trying to create something beyond like our lifetime. So I'll die one day and someone else will have this thing, and you know, I hope they do something awesome with it. But like, while it's stewarded and given to us, like, we're wanting to make a difference through the way that we steward this product, and that really comes with the human touch and experiences. As we live in a day and age where people feel more disconnected, we want to take people to a place where they can truly disconnect and rest, but then reconnect with their loved ones or their friends or their buddies while having limited cell service. I mean, we still get Wi-Fi to a degree out here, but it's just so restful and it's peaceful, and I think it just allows people to slow down, give themselves a chance to look in the mirror and deal with themselves, or just get some nice peace and quiet from all the noise out there. So in 2020, in COVID, there was this really cool moment that my dad had. We almost lost this place. We almost lost this place when we first built it. Like, we sold the company, built this place during the start of the recession back in 2008. Wonderful time to start something like this. Then when COVID rolled around, we were on the brink of losing our cash because we had all this business booked and stuff for the year. Government sweeps in and says, you know, non-essential businesses can't operate open, and we're like, what are we going to do? And so at the end of March, we had only weeks left of operating capital to keep the doors open, or we would have had to close it. And so my dad, just literally right over there, he just went on prayer walks. He typically does this really early in the mornings, but this time especially, went out to pray, and he was just talking to God. He's by himself, obviously nobody's here. And from there, he just asked God for a sign. He's like, look, I sold my company. I could have done a lot with that money, but I believe that you told me to go build this place for you, to make an impact for the kingdom, and to serve and steward well for people and to love on people. I just need a sign to let me know that I'm not crazy. And so it came from, there's this red balloon that came from over there on the left side, and it was far off. We're talking like you see a speck. My dad's sitting there praying, and he's just kind of looking to see like what this thing is, like any of us would. And this balloon starts coming in, and it's this red heart-shaped balloon, and my dad does not move, and this balloon floats all the way down and lands right at his feet as he stands on the green. And then this verse, I forgot what it was, but this verse came to his mind when it landed at his feet that essentially said, hey, like, I've got you, like, don't worry about it, like, just keep doing what I tell you to do. And then from there, we've been on from that moment on, we've been on a rocket ship. And the Lord has kind of met us in really cool ways from that moment. And so I always thought that was so cool, because we still wouldn't be here without those type moments, just magic moments here at the farm.